Welcome, folks. This is Brad.
And Ricky.
We are two Texas Jeepers broadcasting to you from North Texas. Grab a drink and follow along as we go on our next adventure. Hey, folks. Sorry it's taken so long to put this out. We've had a few self-inflicted Jeep problems, a few upgrades, my favorite, and old man stuff that we won't get into. What I'm trying to say is, I got excuses. Anywho, today's ramblings take us back to April 2025. Ricky and I were making another trip out to Indiana and thought, a great way to start a 14-hour drive would be to bash things around at an off-road park.
Hey, Ricky, put your hands up!
Oh.
To do that, we met up with Brady and Michael again, this time at Crossbar Ranch up in Davis, Oklahoma.
Rock crawling.
About a week before the trip, I got a set of Falcon shocks delivered. I was real tempted to throw them on before the road trip, but that would break one of my hard-learned lessons. Don't make changes right before a trip. After I ordered the shocks, I realized the extended length on those is almost 28.5 inches. On one hand, that's more than the Bilstein 5100s I was running, so yay, more droop. On the other hand, that meant I'd need a new front drive shaft. Fuck. So I got back on the phone with my crack dealers, aka Northridge 4x4, and ordered an Adams 1350, which would arrive at the house while we were gone. So see, if I'd put the shocks on before we left, I may have wrecked my drive shaft right out of the gate. Diesel owners know, they start out front heavy. Naturally, the next thing we do is add more weight with a steel bumper and winch. With all that junk in the front trunk, the up travel is your friend, especially when things get sporty. When I finally got around to putting on the new shocks, I noticed they were deeper than mid-stroke just sitting there. So I got back on the phone for another hit and ordered 1-inch spacers all the way around to get some more of that up travel back. Oh, and guess what that meant? Longer end links. Back on the phone with Northridge. I bet you're thinking they pay me. I wish. Now with the new shocks, my factory control arms really stood out as the limiting factor for articulation. It would be madness to leave that extra flex on the table, so I bit the bullet and got a set of metal cloak control arms. You know how much easier it would have been to do all this suspension work at the same time? After this trip and the spending spree that I was completely forced into, we had new shocks, spacers, end links, control arms, and a front drive shaft. I'm pretty sure since Northridge hadn't heard from me for a few months, they caused me to tear the boot on my rear drive shaft. So let's add a matching Adams rear drive shaft to the list. About a year ago, I developed an annoying squeak that sounded like plastic on plastic under the dash. Then it went away for a while, but here at Crossbar, it was happening a lot. I wish I knew what was in the dash squeaking.
I don't think we're ever going to figure that out.
Probably not. Because I guarantee you taking the dash apart to find it, one, wouldn't help you find it, and two, would probably cause more squeaks. Surprisingly, we actually did figure it out. While we were in Indiana, I had another great idea. I have lots of those. Let's drive through a creek crossing. We'd done it before, but before, it was only about 8 inches deep. This time, there'd been storms and the water came up to the bottom of the doors. Still under the max fording depth, so we went through.
Do you think Mark would have liked this?
So far, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
That little ledge I'm on right now, it's a little bit bigger than you think, so ease off of it. Here's a bit of a crunch.
Then, since we didn't need to go through it, we turned around and went back through it. And of course, check engine light comes on. A day later, I checked using JScan and I got P20EE, SCR NOx catalyst deficiency below threshold. I cleared the code, but even after a few days, the emission readiness checks weren't resetting. I was starting to worry the Jeep would go into limp mode when we were driving home.
We always do.
The worst part about that ledge is it ejected my beef jerky so far into the passenger floorboard I can't reach it. I believe that.
Okay.
Not terrible, so far.
Oh, shit. That was scary.
Wait, Ricky, put your hands up!
Oh,
Shit.
dang,
I
Brad.
shouldn't have said nothing.
That Ricky ran down about an 8 out of 10, right? That was a lot of fun.
So I took the belly pan off thinking I'd have to leave it at a dealership. Then, lo and behold, with the belly pan off, I noticed a small shiny spot towards the front. Everywhere else, the top part of the belly pan was dirty. So I crawled back underneath and found a matching shiny spot on the front left corner of the oil pan, where it had been rubbing on the belly pan. Almost 2 years before, I found it rubbing in the same place. Back then, I got longer bolts and added more spacers than what came in the kit. But here it was rubbing again. I'd love some ideas on how that can happen. This time I figured, if there isn't anything there, the oil pan can't rub on it. So in the driveway of my folks' house, I got to work with a hole saw. And guess what? The squeak's gone.
I don't know if you could hear, Brad, but that was a perfect line. I would follow that one.
We don't even see no lines. This water is pretty deep.
I didn't see it, so I'm gonna have to use my imagination.
Identify each rock and find some way to hit it with your rims or your differential.
Oh no.
I wonder if I can squeeze around to the right, left.
Yeah. Maybe.
And now we can start talking about the trails, which is good because we're starting to get into the fun stuff. Crossbar marks their trails in brown, green, blue, and black. And as they say, brown is a main road, so watch your speed. Green is an easy ride, so no need for aspirin. Blue is a bit tougher, bring all four wheels. And black is the rough stuff. Got lockers?
I wish there was a place where it would squeak all the time, so I could.
Almost.
I did a max maneuver.
Oh, yeah. Bradley?
I'm not trying to, Mama.
I wasn't watching trail signs when we were there, but when I compared the track I recorded to their map, I came up with this. After checking in at the northeast corner of the park, we took the main road south. Before we get to the main camp, we took Crossover Road to the west, all the way over to where it tees back into the main road. We went right on that until we turned left onto Wagon Wheel, also we could keep going west. Down in the southwest corner of the park, we turned left to see Lookout Peak. Then we turned around, crossed Wagon Wheel, and kept going north on Roller Coaster. That took us all the way up to the northwest corner of the park where the trail turns back to the east. I'm not sure what we did here because the map and our track don't line up exactly. I don't think we did Rock Face, so we probably went down and around on Copperhead. Then kept going east, I guess through Josh's Bayou because we did get to Goat where we went south. After that, we went east a little bit on a connecting trail and then back north on Loretta Lane. We went a little way down Trouble, did the big crack, turned around and went back east. From there, we went north a short way on Onion Patch and then east on Riley's Ridge to put us back out on the main road.
If you're going to cross over like me, make sure you cut down enough. I didn't, and I had myself at 32 degrees.
Oh, shoot. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
This is the first obstacle on Goat, and this first hill puts you surprisingly off camber. We all took the left side of the tree, I guess, because Brady went that way, but the right side also looked like it had a bit of passenger lean too. It should come as no surprise, a few months after we did the trail, they added it to the Jeep Badge of Honor program. So I guess we'll get to test out the new setup on a rock bash and redo. The Badge of Honor app rates Goat as a 6 to 7. It also says lockers, winch, lift, and bigger than stock tires are must-haves and that it's for experienced off-roaders that don't mind scraping their skid plates. I'd say that's a pretty accurate description.
I would like if you found something a little rocky. She thought you built this up to something. She's not very impressed.
Jan is not impressed?
There's a few more rocks along the way. I believe her correct adjective she just used was, "This is brutal."
where I wanted to be.
Oh. Oh, that doesn't sound good. We've done that a few times today.
Between the rocks, the driver's side lean, and needing to turn around this tree, this little section was surprisingly difficult. Oof, that left a scratch. After seeing that, both Michael and I tried to give a little more clearance to the tree.
Trail is relentless. There's no way it's more relentless than goat.
I haven't done the Rubicon, but relentless is a word that seems pretty common when describing it, and trails like goat make me wonder if I even want to. I mean, I do, but I kind of want to ride with somebody else so I can get out and walk when it starts pissing me off.
Oh, there's a big rock under your belly pan and it's lifting up as you back up. It's caught on something. It's still lifting up. You might have to turn passenger to back up off of that thing.
Still high centered on that range.
Yeah, it's still lifting up. Well,
Are you wanting me out of the way?
Yeah.
I thought so.
I thought I'd put up more fight with this. Thought I'd at least get to the obstacle.
You're perfectly perched on it.
see how it lifts up when he backs.
Will I do damage if I give it a little bit of gas in reverse?
I mean, okay, so...
Holy crap, that's a lot bigger than I thought.
I don't know if this obstacle has a name, but when you can't even get to it, it seems like it should have one. Drop it in the comments if you know what it is. What it is. But for now, I'll call it complete rejection. What it is. We started to think the bypass would be more achievable. Oh, and there's a new stabilizer. At this point, we started thinking the bypass for the bypass was the only way to keep moving forwards.
It would have been that good anyways. It's the outside camera to get the best angle.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to turn my dash cam back on for the bypass to the bypass of the obstacle. What it is. But this is where I should have realized I left the camera sitting outside the Jeep on the side of the trail. This big crack is the last real obstacle that Brady wanted to show us on the trail called Trouble. We went down, turned around, and came back. In other videos, and even looking at this, it seems like you could straddle the crack, until you use Brady for scale. Then you realize the ledge is an easy 4 feet down right next to him. If you're driving something wide, it might be possible. If you're not, there's no reason to risk it, and the tree at the bottom helps you decide exactly what wide is. Getting high-centered through here is a real possibility, and I'm pretty sure that happened to Brady on a previous run. Notice he's already got his tree saver out. Ye of little faith.
Sorry, this is the way I came down.
You did right on this rock slab?
Yeah. It was easier going down.
So, all right.
For anyone thinking about trying the black trails here, and that includes GOAT, keep in mind that on just this trip, Brady bent a rear shock shaft, broke a side mirror, smashed his factory steering stabilizer, and scratched his roof. I really appreciate him making these abundant sacrifices to the Jeep God so Michael, Jana, Ricky, and I could continue on our drive back to Missouri and Indiana.
Yeah, you got a good line. Roll through this. Roll, 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 roll. A little bit more roll.
It sounds like a race car. Oh, that's funny. Well, that's what a 392 sounds like trying to get up a hill. Oh.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and be safe out there.